We're talking about biceps, talking about guns. How do you favorite bicep exercises? And here's what I would say about that, what I've said before. Keep it simple, man. Keep it simple. I think that if you don't have at least, if you don't have the majority of the development you're after already, as far as the actual girth, the actual size, then maybe tend to stay away from most machines, more. Maybe commit the majority of your time when you're freshest and strongest to free weight movements. And arms are no exception. Biceps no exception. If I could only do 2 bicep exercises, if I could only do 2, I would do standing barbell curls, not with a zigzag bar. It's not a cambered bar, not a curl bar, not that. With the biggest diameter straight bar that's available to me. Yeah. So barbell curls, free weight barbell curls, and seated concentration curls, dumbbell concentration curls. If I could only do 2 bicep exercises, I would do those 2, and I'll bet you that I'm certain I can maintain my arms if that's all I did. I think if I went back in time, I could build my arms from that. Yeah, if I put enough effort into that. Those exercises. Now, things to remember, be real with yourself, try to do full range of motion, of the movement, full range. Wide variety of weight and reps, I believe. Don't overdo it. You don't have to be there an hour just doing barbell curls. Try to keep my rep ranges around probably no more than 15 reps, preferably in the 10 to 12 rep range, I would say. Maybe if I'm really going hard sometime once in a while, I may go heavy enough that I could be doing 6 reps, maybe. So that's what I mean by variety of reps. I'm not talking about 20 rep sets with a barbell to build biceps. I'm talking about, like I just said, most of my sets preferably between 10 to 12 reps. If it goes as high as 15, I'm not going to stop at 12 if I can go to 15. This is the point that everybody misses. If they say they set 10 to 12 reps as their target range, then they find out they're stronger than the weight that they're using. Okay, there's 2 things you can do. Abandon that set real quick. Add weight so that you can be in that rep range, so that the max you're going to crank out is no more than 12 reps. But if you're really getting it and you find yourself in the midst of a set and you're going to exceed 12 reps, don't stop at 12. If you're already up there, keep on going to get that 15 or whatever it is. Next exercise, I would say with the seated dumbbell concentration curls, I like to do it so that my elbow is hanging down. My elbow is against the back of my thigh. It's not sitting on top of my leg. In other words, it's not sitting on top of my leg like this. That's not how I'm doing it. It's back here. My thigh's back here, so that this is hanging way down. Thigh's back here supporting this, and that way I'm pulling up. So it's almost like spider curl a little bit, but it's not. Don't keep that in your head. You want to get full extension all the way down. It basically hangs, and then I curl it up. It's all the way up, all the way down. And the leg's just there for stability, for me to leverage off of. And myself, if I'm doing it with the right arm, I'd like to lean over on something. So I might have this hand resting on a dumbbell rack and this one down here. I like to lean over a little bit. It's just how I like to do it. And then same thing when I do the other side. And in that exercise, I would probably be a little bit higher rep range. I don't think I'd go as low as 6 reps. Primarily because that's not going to be it's not my first exercise. I've already done my primary mass movement, which is going to be the standing barbell curls. I mean, that's tough to beat. In my opinion, you can't beat it. So it would at least be the second exercise, and I would be in the rep range of probably 10 to 15 for something like that, I would say. You can go a little higher. Now, if I don't diminish the weight, then as the sets continue, the reps are going to overall deteriorate, and I won't be getting 15. I may get 15 at first one. I don't really want to have a whole lot of rest, but I want to rest sufficiently enough so that I'm getting moving significant weight, if that makes sense. But because the rest isn't the duration of the rest isn't that long. If I got 15 and that was the most I could get, 14, barely cranked up 15, that next set, if that weight remains the same, I'm probably not going to get 15, maybe 13 or something, whatever. So they'll take care of themselves. That rep range is going to establish itself, that as far as variety, as we continue to crank out sets. If you wanted to do something else other than that, I would like, and let me also say, if it got to the point where I was fatigued enough then that I wasn't even going to hit 10, I would get what I could get. Then if I got 6, 7, 8, whatever, then certainly that's acceptable. It's still good work. But I wouldn't set a target that every set's going to be 6 to 8. I think that's a little too low for biceps. You're going to benefit from that. But like I said, I'd rather not reduce the poundage, and then the rep range is going to sort itself out as you fatigue. What about preacher curls? I like preacher curls. Most people, my opinion, most people don't do them correctly. I believe that the bottom of the rep range, well, not the rep range, the bottom of the range of motion in preacher curl is where all the benefit lies. And I see a lot of guys drawing up short, and they're working the hell out of that top. They can't go all the way down. And the reason is they have it in their head they have to use the weight that they're using, and it's too heavy for them. I would rather see you not come all the way up, maybe come up most 2/3 of the way, but be able to go all the way down. Let that hang, go all the way down. So I think and that's just a bonus, just throwing preachers in there. Certainly preachers would not, in my opinion, replace seated concentration curls, and seated concentration curls, they're not going to replace standing barbell curls. So that's my opinion. And then if I were going to do preachers, this is an extra, right? If I were going to do them, just since I already touched on it, let me talk about it a second. I would go ahead and do higher rep ranges with that. Lighter weights, higher rep ranges, and concentrate more on the pump and the contraction, more so than with the other two exercises, and form.